bottles out there.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Right there.
Hey, welcome to American Whiskey Experience.
Hello. How's it going?
James, Pete, and James.
Yeah. Whiskey.
Whiskey.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a little bit of water sometimes.
Sometimes a little. Well, you need the water to make the whiskey. So it's essential.
This is true. We heard about that.
It is essential.
Yeah, that's one of the main ingredients.
It is.
Key ingredients. Hey, so we're gonna be doing something from New Riff.
So this is New Riff.
Yeah, on a pour.
Yeah, New Riff Balboa Rye.
Yeah.
It is from New Riff Distilling.
Mm-hmm. Where are they located?
They are located in Newport, Kentucky.
Yeah.
So this is what I love their bottles. I think their bottles are really cool, aren't they?
Yeah, all their bottles have this like fade to black.
Yeah, fade to black.
Really cool.
Right?
Yeah.
Right. So there's this is
JC said that too.
right.
So
this is a 100 proof bottle and bond.
Yep.
There's no age statement on this, but it's at least 4 years.
4. Yeah.
Right. It is a kind of an interesting mash bill on this one, which is 95% heirloom Balboa Rye, thus the name.
Yep.
And 5% malted rye. So this is 100% rye.
Yeah.
An MSRP on this one is about 60, 65 range, somewhere depending on where you are.
Yep.
So it's for me, it's a little different because it is 100% rye. So I haven't had a lot of 100% rye.
Yeah, we've had very little, but also what makes it really different is that it's Balboa Rye, which we never ever. I never even heard of it. I had to look it up and see what it is. And it's a different type of grain that's only produced for that. Well, I mean, it's probably produced in other areas.
Rocky made it, Philadelphia.
Yeah. Exactly.
Right.
Hey. But so even on the back of the bottle, it's grown exclusively for New Riff by the Fogg family farm in Indiana.
Heirloom grain.
Heirloom grain. It's weird.
Yeah.
So, different type of grain. So it's probably bring out different flavors, right? That's probably why they did it.
Something different, yeah.
So hey, let's see what it says. Let's go with the nose and the color.
Not too dark.
Yeah, I'm just gonna skip color because anyone that talks about color for like 5 minutes is just kind of weird in my book.
Yeah, I want to taste it.
Yeah, I just want
let's get to the whiskey. Right?
Let's go to the nose. So I took some notes on this before and I wrote them down again.
Okay.
I took them off the phone. So
I've
had this a few times. You've had it once.
I've had it once, but like I said, I think it was like after a bunch of other whiskeys.
Yeah, and I just opened it, I think. So it wasn't like,
you're right.
It was a new crack. So
I mean,
but I mean, I got a lot of sweet fruit on it on the nose.
It's sweet. I get like almost like dried fruit, like dried peaches, dried apricot,
raisin.
Yeah,
I agree.
So it's dried fruit. I kind of get a little bit of grain. Not necessarily what I would expect from rye, but more like a hay.
Okay, like dry hay.
Yeah. But
dry grass maybe too.
Dry grasses, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
But like the apricot, peach,
yeah,
but dry.
Tons of fruit in there. And I think those type of fruits, dry fruits, make sense to me. I'm also getting maple on it, and for me, it's every time we go to the Big E up in Mass.
Yeah.
I get maple cotton candy from Vermont or wherever, and that's what I'm getting. I'm getting with that maple cotton candy.
Like strong maple.
Well, it's a little bit of that sweetness and that maple syrup type maybe in there with that sweetness of the fruit.
There's a little bit of like on like the end of my inhale, I get a little bit of that wood presence, but I could be but sweeter wood, but not. I mean, I probably couldn't pinpoint what it is, but not for me. It's not maple. I get more of the fruit up front. Yeah, but really pleasing. I mean, it's a
little bit of nutmeg. I also wrote down.
Okay. It's more for me. It's more fruit heavy.
It is definitely. There's definitely fruit
like dried apricot, dried peaches, almost like that. You know when you're making baby food for a kid.
Yeah.
I mean, it's probably been a while for both of us, but like when you put like that fruit preserve in their oatmeal and you mix it up in cereal, like that sweet that comes out of that, like that.
I can see that.
Pureed peach, pureed apricot.
I understand that. Yeah.
I don't know, weird. I don't know why.
I get I do to get that dry fruit, that dried apricot for sure, and some sweet fruit.
Pretty nice nose though.
Yeah.
Not what I kind of expected though.
Right.
A little bit different.
But different from the other single barrels.
Single barrel rye. Yeah, those are
totally
definitely
different.
more. Those are to me are more like spearmint, more minty, more like typical rye spice.
And the malted.
Yeah.
The malted 6 year. We did that, right? Yeah. So it's different. Different smell.
Different altogether. Oh,
okay.
cheers.
Cheers, Aaron. just so you know too, it's got some nice legs on it. For those that like legs on their glass. Yeah. So now, for me,
wow,
the nose and the palate change up a little bit.
Me too.
I get some nice oak on there. I do get a little bit of fruit again, more apple.
I was just gonna go apple. I almost get a caramel
raisin.
apple.
Yeah.
Like,
there's caramel chews.
Like those caramel coated apples.
100%.
Fair.
Yeah, there's a lot of caramel on there.
Camels?
Camels.
There you go.
Holy cow! There's animals in this.
There is. There might be animals.
Camels.
Caramel coated apple.
Caramel for sure.
Definitely oak. There's some pepperiness, like that spice on the back end.
Yeah, see, not on the palate though, the pepper for me.
It's a finish.
It's the finish for you?
Yeah,
me too.
Really on the back end of the palate.
Clove.
Yeah.
Clove and sweetness on the finish.
Okay, I can see clove.
Yeah, that's what I get. But I do get a little bit of that peppery finish as well.
But all of
the candy apples that you mentioned.
Yeah.
The caramel chews.
Yeah, almost
like all that
like those
buttery.
Those caramel chews with vanilla.
Yeah, there you go. Pretty neat.
Yeah, I mean,
different, totally different than anything we've had from.
But the spices on the back and the finish is a little short.
I mean, let me go back to it.
It disappears kind of quick, but there still is that flavor in the palate that's hanging around. Like, and the cheeks, I kind of still get a lot of.
I'm trying to look really, professional and thinking.
Sort of like how you're talking about, but we're full of shit. So that is what it is.
The palate, yes, the finish.
Right?
I do like the finish. I think it's a little bit. See, it's kind of lagging right now for me a little bit. I don't know.
I don't dislike it.
Maybe you should pour again.
Yeah, it went way too quick.
I think the nose and the palate. For me so far, I'm gonna do another pour, but I think
they're different. They're very different.
They're different. And I think if I was gonna classify how I like this, I think it goes nose, palate, finish. Although I do like that palate, I might switch it up.
Palate for me, I think is probably the strongest suit. Although the nose is very nice. Finish to me it really falls off the table too quick for me.
Yeah,
it's got a lot of good flavor.
And this is bottled and bond too.
It is.
We mentioned that before. 100 proof.
Yeah.
Cool bottle for sure.
Yeah, the finish is a little short. It's short. Not there's still good flavor there, but it kind of dies off too quickly for me.
You don't feel it at all at the end a little bit like right now. See, I still get I'm still getting a little bit.
I mean, it's a little oily, so I think I get a little bit of that coverage in my mouth anyway. But it's the flavors from the palate, like that
sticking around more. Yeah.
Like that caramel, the light apple. It's a little bit lighter apple at that point. A little bit of spice.
Yeah. See,
I'm a little bit surprised at the flavors that are coming out with the mash bill being what it is.
Right.
A 95 heirloom Balboa Rye and a 5% malted rye. Not some of the traditional rye flavors
Spices
that I would expect.
Like that,
yeah. Very good though. I don't dislike it at all.
Actually, it's one of my favorite bottles from them right now. I think out of all of them,
it's different. It's unique in a good way. One I would keep on the shelf.
Yeah.
And go to occasionally.
If you can find it,
if you can find
this up, I don't know.
Well, I'll just come here and drink it.
October. Yeah,
right.
September, October. I picked it up, and I haven't seen it since.
No.
But I would love to find it again because I would like to get a backup of it because I know now that it's open, I'm gonna pour it more.
For 100 proof, though, there's a lot of is good flavor there.
There is, yeah. And it's not boozy. It's not ethanol.
No.
For age at least 4 years, sometimes you might get something that's a little boozy or ethanol. But this
like that not. Young taste.
Yeah, it's not though.
No.
If you said this was age 6 years, I would be okay. 6 years.
It's light though. It's light.
Mm-hmm.
It's not.
It's not a heavy pour or anything like that.
No, it's light and it's very pretty drinkable.
Yeah. So
overall, I like it. It's good. It's good.
Yeah, I get again apple, raisin, dark dried fruit on the palate, and then that little bit of oakiness
so
on
you
there.
get more dark dried fruit on the palate.
Yeah.
For me, I get more of that caramel covered apple.
Yep. Well, sorry, I got the apple.
Yeah.
I got more. So yeah, the caramel chews for sure. Yeah. But it just.
No, hey, listen. There's no wrong answer.
It's blended, so I'm just getting a little bit of everything.
It's good. Not bad.
Nose smells good on an empty glass too. It smells a little different on the nose now.
It does. Now I'm getting a little cigar box.
Yeah, I was just gonna say.
Light pipe tobacco cigar box.
That's pretty cool, huh?
Yeah. Well, that's
man, I wish the nose was like that.
Right.
Off the pour.
Right.
That'd be totally different. Man, always smell your glass at the end because you're gonna be amazed on what you smell.
It's funny how that does change.
Holy cow. That is so
Are you picking anything you picked up initially with the whiskey in the glass?
No, I don't think so.
I mean,
a little bit of I'm getting vanilla. I'm getting sweetness.
There's a little bit of that.
I'm getting a little bit of oak, but I'm getting a lot of that tobacco.
It's a little bit of dried apricot and a lot more tobacco, but not like a cigar box has been empty for a little while.
Yeah, the nose on this glass now,
pretty cool.
After the pour is totally different, and that's really cool.
I agree.
That would make me want to drink it more because I would, hopefully get that in the nose.
And the short finish to me is not always a bad thing.
No, true.
It kind of always makes you want to go back to the glass.
Yeah, you pour it again.
Right.
And you know what? See what happens to the next glass. Right. And 3 more.
Then see what happens.
Then you're like, all right, I feel it now.
There you go.
Yeah, all right.
Well, thanks for tuning in.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube.
Yeah, we're there.
And James has some words of wisdom or a poem. Are you going to sing?
The Words of Wisdom by James.
Oh, Jesus.
So, real quick again, I don't like to go with these long ones. So,
elaborate stories about stories.
Yeah, exactly. So, what whiskey will not cure, there is no cure for.
I can agree with that.
It
is the best medicine.
Yeah, it is the best medicine. And they actually, whiskey was a medicine at one point back in the day, right? Yeah.
We do it for medicinal purposes.
Well, that's what I do it for.
Right.
Makes me feel healthy. All right.
Thanks, everyone.
Hey guys, cheers.
Cheers.
Man, that nose.
Right.
That's delicious. We're gonna pour this again off.
We might have to. I like it.
Yeah.
New Riff Balboa Rye.